Aloha gang, Leanne here, your Honolulu personal trainer. And I got two questions yesterday from a couple of people in my Honolulu professionals networking group, Honolulu Metro BNI. These two questions were, how much white rice is too much white rice to eat in a serving? And the second question is brown rice really better than white rice? And as I was writing down all my notes and thoughts, I really decided to make it alive because this is such a common question. I had this when I first started my own wellness journey many moons ago, and so I wanted to keep it in the internet land for long term so I can always refer clients back to it, because basically the bottom line is this, okay? Brown rice has all its nutrients. It has the whole rice grain. White rice is stripped of its nutrients through processing. So technically, white rice is a processed food, which means that brown rice has all the nutrients, white rice doesn't have any of the nutrients, which is why white rice is kind of like a bland tasting food. So it's easy to make the argument that white rice or brown rice is better than white rice because it has more nutrients. And we're often told, especially through like diet culture, that you should only eat brown rice, because it's healthier. And the only reason why we're told that is because brown rice has more fiber. It's because brown rice has more fiber. It has all the grain of the rice. So yes, brown rice has a little more of everything in terms of nutrients, fiber, all that stuff, which technically makes it more nutritious. However, the actual amounts of the stuff it has in comparison to white rice, it's pretty insignificant. It's pretty same. That's why if you really look at the calories between brown rice and white rice and the carb content between brown rice and white rice, they're pretty the same. So with that being said, let's talk about the glycemic index, because this is where things sort of get kind of touchy, right? So the GI index also stands for glycemic index. It's basically a numeric system that ranks the food that we eat on this scale from 0 to 100, basically telling us how fast our body converts the carbohydrates we eat into glucose, which is blood sugar. So carbohydrate is rice. Brown rice is a carbohydrate. White rice is a carbohydrate. It's assigned a particular number on this GI index that tells us how fast our body is going to turn that carbohydrate we eat into blood sugar, glucose, which is also energy, because carbs gives us energy. Carbs fuel our living, our activity, our exercise, all that good stuff. So basically, if you're healthy, you don't really need to worry about the GI index, right? It's all good. However, if you're someone that has to watch blood sugar levels, right? So think about who are people that we know that have to do this, right? Where have blood sugar issues, right? So pre-diabetic folks that have diabetes, then of course their consumption on rice, brown or white, it wouldn't matter, would have to be monitored. But if you're healthy and you know what you are doing in terms of the calories you're consuming, the macronutrient breakdown, like how many carbs, fats, proteins you're consuming, you can actually eat anything and lose weight. You can eat brown rice, you can eat white rice. That's the bottom line, that there's not really, neither is better. Yeah. So to keep it short and sweet, neither is better, because if you know what you're doing with your calories and your macros, then you can eat anything and lose weight. So again, that all comes to meal planning, right? So that kind of answers the question in terms of, is brown rice really better than white rice? Now the second question is, that's a tougher question, right? A gal asked me, Diana asked, how much white rice is too much? And really that is like such a hard question, because it's really variable on a person's body size, their activity level, their health status. And so to give you some basic things to think about, a portion of rice, white or brown, is a half a cup cooked, right? One portion is a half a cup cooked. A half a cup is also equivalent to about 125 grams. So if you're using a food scale or weighing or measuring, it's a half a cup cooked, 125 grams. And so that is for cooked now. Not cooked, you would have to back it up to get the conversions for that, for uncooked rice, right? Because we know, like, I think what, a quarter cup uncooked rice creates about a cup of cooked rice. So we're talking about one strict portion. If you really think about how much rice is too much to eat in one sitting, use this as your rule of thumb portion. One portion at a time. One portion is a half a cup cooked, or 125 grams, which is also about the size of a cupcake wrapper. So start there. And again, I am not about any kind of food restricting for people, and especially with my clients. We don't do any kind of dieting. We just are mindful about eating and moderating our food. So I tell my gals, rule of thumb is this. Yes, you can eat rice. What rice should you eat? You should eat the rice that you really enjoy. So if you really love white rice, eat the white rice. How can we still achieve our goals while eating the foods that we love? Just being mindful. So again, portion out your half cup, eat it however way you want to eat it. Wait, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how hungry am I right now? Am I craving more rice or anything else right now? How is my energy feeling right now, right? Wait about 20 minutes, check in. You want another portion? Portion out another half cup, 125 grams of rice. Eat it however way you want to eat it. And again, wait a little bit, 10, 15, 20 minutes, check in. Hunger, energy, cravings. How hungry am I right now? Am I getting to my 80% fullness goal? Can I eat more? My cravings. Am I craving more rice right now? And then my energy. Check in again with your energy. We do know that certain people are sensitive to the foods they eat. So again, if you're someone that's sensitive and you're sensitive to rice, you'll be able to tell by just kind of checking in with your questions, right? So we always hear this thing about like Kanak attack, or you just eat and you feel tired and you're sleepy. That is a common thing when we're maybe a little bit sensitive to the carbs that we're eating, and we ate maybe a little bit too much for our bodies, or just based upon our hormones for that day, just how about we're feeling. And it's good to use that hunger, energy, cravings cue or check-in with you while you're eating to kind of see where you're at, and also to help navigate the fact that you should be eating really what you want to eat when you want to eat it, right? And so I hope that was helpful. Again, there is no like magic bullet, unless you're like it's a super medical issue for you, or that you have like a very specific aesthetic goal. You're like in a competition for something and you have to really like dial it in that case, then you should look at basmati rice, because that is lower on the GI index, the glycemic index, in terms of if you don't want a quick blood sugar response, then you would look at basmati rice. But other than that, white or brown, it's all the same. If you have weight loss goals, I want you to think about not looking at it as weight loss goals. I want you to start telling yourself you have body fat goals, body fat loss goals, basically. Because weight loss on the scale, I mean, we know as women, we can go up 3, 5, 6 pounds a day just based upon our cycles, our moods, our hormones, our stress, all the stuff that's going on in our life. So really focus, instead of on that scale always trending down, focus on, taking tape measurements, taking photos of yourself maybe every 6 weeks, and just going by how you feel, checking in with your hunger, your energy, your cravings. Are you eating and feeling balanced and satisfied? Is it fueling your activity, both external exercise and regular stuff that you have to do with work, household chores, family responsibilities, and go from there. Also, in terms of moderating your eating, it's just about being very in tune with what your body is telling you. So if you're really craving something, I really want you to sort of think about honoring that craving, and eating so that you're satisfied. Because this is what happens when we deprive and restrict food. We only want those foods more, and then we end up white knuckling until we can't white knuckle anymore, and then we just go crazy. We go gangbusters on that food that we were restricting and we were depriving, and it's just this cycle. What if we just ate a little bit of that food that we really wanted, to keep us satisfied? If you do that for a week, I promise that you'll end up not wanting really that food. That food won't have that same like illicitness, or that same like, oh my god, I can't have it till Friday, or I can't have it till Monday next week, or I can't have it until 30 days. You're going to realize that that food that you put on a pedestal won't be no longer on that pedestal, because you know that you can have that food at any time that you want that food. So call to action is, if you have a forbidden food, I want you to take a week, have a portion of that forbidden food every day for the week, and check in with yourself with those three things: your hunger, your cravings, and your energy, and then see how you feel after 5 days. I want you to message me and tell me if that food is still forbidden. For me, I had many, because I'm a lifetime dieter that is in recovery. But my first forbidden food was, I would never keep Ani's cinnamon sweetbread in my house, because I legit could eat the whole pan. And not just regular sweetbread, it's the Ani's with the sweet cinnamon sugar, like it's all like yummy and like moist at the bottom of the pan, where you like take the bread off and then you scoop up in the pan and then you eat it. Yeah, that stuff. Now I have no problem, because I can keep the pan. I can actually in my house for like, I don't know how many servings, 5 servings or something, for 5 days, because I allow myself 1 serving every day. And on certain days, if I want a second serving, I do the hunger, energy, cravings. It's HEC. We call it HEC for short. Keep your HEC in check. I check in with that, and if I want a second portion, then I'll have it. Again, gang, it's a process. It's not something that happens in 2 weeks, in 30 days, in 12 weeks. It's just a slight shift, starting with your mindset and moderating your food to be able to automate your eating, so that there's no food off limits, and you can eat the same that you do today as you do on Sunday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of that good stuff. If you have more questions, that is my Moderation 365 nutrition coaching. I haven't opened up group coaching yet. I'm just taking a wait list right now, because I'm just really nailing down the material and working with a couple of my ladies that are beta testers for me within the Moderation 365 approach, so that I can get really good at being able to facilitate the education to ladies, so that this is like, because this, gang, is a game changer. If you can learn how to eat like this, then you'll never be like obsessing about food or obsessing about calorie counting and all that stuff again. It's just really a food relationship course that lays like the foundation of us getting really healthy with all foods, and then working our way up in terms of, okay, once we get solid with all foods and balanced with all foods, then if we have other goals, body change goals, athletic performance goals, then we can start manipulating our food to achieve those goals. But dieting does it backwards, right? It tells you to exercise more, eat less. You lose some weight, you white knuckle it, you hit a plateau. What do? You exercise even more, you eat even less, right? You lose some weight, you white knuckle it again, you deprive yourself again, you hit a plateau. And then that doesn't work, right? Because we go through that cycle of do more, eat less, do more, eat less, and then our bodies just tell us like no. Especially if we're female, because we have such these amazing hormones, ladies out there, that it'll tell us like, you're not gonna do that anymore. You're not gonna exercise more and eat less. Now I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to the weight. I'm gonna, drive your hormones crazy, so that you're no longer able to like white knuckle through this. Exercise more, eat less. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I hope you have a great day. Take care and stay safe. Aloha.